Hello, world. We're doing some prep work for dinner. Since we're going to be making some of this stuff ahead of time, I thought I'd do the intro in the prep work. I don't know if anyone recognizes this book. The Fallout, what is this called? The Vault Dweller's Official Cookbook, a Fallout cookbook. And I have been forcing Kitty Face to look through all the silly recipes and pick one to make. And one recipe she has picked is Saddle Up Salisbury Steak. So we're doing all the meat prep work right now. What are you doing over there, Kitty Face?
So I'm making a Saddle Up Salisbury Steak. And can you please throw that away for me?
Yes.
So we have a pound of ground beef. We're going to add a half teaspoon of dried thyme.
It's not the right one. Open it from the other side.
Duh. Get out of there.
Is that the half teaspoon or is that the full teaspoon?
This is the whole, so you fill it about halfway.
Why not use the half teaspoon measurement? It's right here.
Because I don't like to. Okay, a half teaspoon of black pepper. Thank you. Let me just open this up. Don't give me that look, Dax.
I'm giving you that look.
A half teaspoon of black pepper. Perfect. 1 teaspoon of salt. Dax always has this handy little container.
It's my salt pinch. Everyone needs a salt pinch.
I never had one until he gave me one, and I actually really like it.
That's amazing.
It calls for cayenne pepper, but we can't have cayenne pepper, so we're not doing that. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin.
Yeah, I learned about salt pinches from a show called Good Eats, and his salt pinch was like $50 online, and I'm like, it's basically just a jar full of salt, so I'll just save a jar next time I have a little jar.
Remember I told you I didn't need your leveler?
Yeah.
Well, I do need it.
Oh, you do need one.
And I just made this, but
That's okay.
it's okay.
That's what
Okay, we did cumin. 1 tablespoon of ground mustard. It's getting kind of low.
Yeah, I think this is a garlic jar, a minced garlic jar. It's my perfect little salt pinch.
And then 1 tablespoon of ketchup. You know what? I should have used 1 tablespoon of ground mustard. So I need
How many did you use?
A teaspoon.
Look at that chart behind you. It'll tell you.
It's about double.
Don't just say it. Look at that chart behind you. I have the conversions.
Okay. And then a tablespoon of ketchup.
1.
Women don't measure when they cook things.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Not the good ones.
All cookbooks are made of measure. Well, that's because they know how to do it. They know a pinch versus a dash versus a keg.
Okay, we got the ketchup.
Don't read old cookbooks. You'll come up with measurements like a
1
Blarney.
teaspoon.
I don't know what a Blarney is.
Of Worcestershire sauce.
And don't talk about.
A teaspoon of Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Whatever.
Worcestershire. It's the sauce.
Okay. 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs and 1 egg. 1 little eggie. Compost. Where is the thing at?
Oh.
Yeah.
Joke.
And we mix. I'm just going in with my hands, so.
You don't wear any rings, are you?
No rings. I don't wear rings.
That always drives me crazy when Mama would mix up ground beef with her hands and she still has all her rings on.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, I wash my hands. I'm like, those rings. Them rings. You know, older generation people.
I suppose.
They weren't nasty when they were young. They became nasty.
I guess. You say so.
Then they tell you those stories. I lived my whole life and that it didn't hurt me none. How many sisters did you have die of polio? 25. Well, then that would be why.
Yeah. Okay, and then we are going to separate these out into 3/4 inch patties. You guys, I've never made like actual real Salisbury steak. So this will be interesting to see if it's actually any good. We're gonna make our own gravy, noodles, and potatoes. Okay, I think that's mixed up. I have enough paper.
Oh, these are just for the patties when you're done rolling them out.
Okay, I put them right here.
Yeah, but I like to keep it separate. I'm obsessed with pulse.
Oh, do you want to like freeze some? Because we'll probably won't eat them all.
I don't know how many patties we're gonna make, so
Probably like
I'm just
3 or 4.
I'm just prepared for however many you make.
You said like 3/4, almost an inch thick.
Yeah.
See, that looks about right.
And whatever extras can go into this paper, fold it up, and put it in a paper bag. And then we can freeze them or cool them or whatever we.
We're gonna make 3. I'm sure you'll eat it one day after work or something.
Yeah.
You know?
In order to save money on ground beef, I used to buy these giant logs of them,
Yeah.
cheap, and then I would make them
Separate it.
into separate burger patties that are pre-seasoned and stick them in the freezer. And I'd use freezer paper for it. It was a big endeavor, but it would keep me going for like a month.
Yeah, that's gonna have to work. And
My
here's
hands.
the patties.
My pans have been washed.
Okay.
You can just stick one of them patties on here. And maybe fold it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's what I was doing. So I was just
Oh,
separating the patties out so they can just go into the bag together.
right. Gotcha.
Not that it matters too much, but
Yeah, you don't want them to like stick together.
this will just make it easier during the cooking phase.
Right.
And this goes the same way. And there's the patty phase done.
Okay.
And in all cooking videos, you have the time skip to the future. So these are going to sit in there for what? A couple hours?
Yeah.
Marinate. And then we'll see our dear viewer whose time we're wasting in those few hours. So, see you then. And we're back.
Give me an intro.
Don't need an intro.
Okay.
We've
Okay, guys. So we have the beef ready, the beef patties for Saddle Up Salisbury Steak. So we are going to put these in the pan, sear them on each side for 2 minutes, and it calls for 1 tablespoon of canola oil. And we are obviously not going to cook these all the way because once we put them in the gravy, then they will cook all the way. We're doing medium-high heat. So we're going to let those sear on each side for 2 minutes. We will flip them. Once we flip them, I've got this nice handy dandy burger press, and Dax is going to come over and press them so we get those nice lines that we like on Salisbury steak. I wash my hands while we're waiting. And while I have these searing, I am warming up my water for my egg noodles. And those are simple. You just need any brand of egg noodles and salt the water. They cook for 7 to 10 minutes. So you guys will see.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
They could always buy the official Fallout cookbook if they really want to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Not that this is a promotional video. I'm just saying you could go.
And we're also having mashed potatoes with us today, guys. We're pretty excited because I've never made this before. So as soon as that hits 5:40, I'm gonna flip them, and here we go. Let's do a little flippy. Obviously, we just want to sear, you guys. They're not going to be done in the middle because we're going to cook them in the gravy to get them done the rest of the way. Now, Dax, when that hits 5:41, smash it down with this thing.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. I want smashing stuff down.
That doesn't need to be up that high.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were turning up the noodle water. Sorry. Okay. Can you turn down the noodle water just a little bit to like 2? I just want to have it ready for the noodles. It's ready.
You said 40 what now?
When it hits 40, well, wait about 30 seconds after it hits 41 and press them all down really hard with that to get the nice sear.
I don't think we're going to get the lines.
That's fine.
That's
You
fine.
try. Oh, no, you know what? Probably not.
They're already
Duh.
set on one side.
Yeah. No, I thought that would be like an amazing idea.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, so we're not going to need that front burner anymore. Once that hits 42, then we are going to take those patties off and put them on a plate. Yeah, I mean, we got it a little bit.
You mean whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
No,
Let's go
it
get the
doesn't.
camera and have them look at it.
Yeah.
They're probably like, yeah, we can't see anything. You're doing it too so far away.
Yeah, you can bring the camera right up here because, I mean, we're going to be right up here mostly, you know, until we plate it up and go eat. So once it hits 42, we're going to take them off and start our gravy.
Is this where I add the can of potted meat?
Dax, that's disgusting. Please don't. Hello. So our gravy, we're gonna do mushrooms. Dax and we're gonna take out the mushrooms, you guys, because Dax and I cannot eat mushrooms. It's gonna be more of an onion gravy, so that's the only thing we're taking out. Canola oil to the pan, medium-high heat. Add the onion, and we're gonna do the onion, the seasoning, and the beef broth that we made ourselves. And
I always thought mushrooms were hot. They're not. That's an allergic reaction.
No. So it's been 2 minutes for this side. We're gonna take these off, and we're gonna start our gravy. So it says to do, let's see, a half tablespoon of oil for the gravy. Got our handy dandy little half tablespoon measurement here. Put that in there. We're done with that measurement for now.
5 might be a bit hot for the gravy.
Yes, we're gonna turn that down just a bit. It said medium high.
It says medium, but my oven gets hot.
Well, we'll turn it down a bit.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna.
always wonder what they mean by medium, because it's like, that means nothing. How about you say an actual temperature?
Right.
So I can check actual temperature. I got a temperature thing.
We're gonna let these onions cook down a little bit. And then we'll add the beef broth and the seasoning, and we'll cover that and let that cook for 5 minutes. And then add the rest to thicken it up.
Them good onions.
Yes, we're onion around here.
Stewing them onions. I'm okay with onions, but not raw onions. I like them to be cooked.
Yeah, I don't mind. I love raw and cooked. So
grandmother would wake up and cut a slice about that thick of onion, about that thick,
Yeah.
and then she'd put it on bread with like
Yeah.
a piece of cheese or something and eat it.
Really?
And she'd just make a little onion sandwich and eat it.
Wow.
And I'm like, yep, you grew up during the Depression. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to
I'm
accomplish?
looking at it so that you don't drip grease all down in your thing.
Oh, I don't care. It's fine.
All right.
I'll clean it out later.
Debbie.
Been watching you over there burning yourself next to an oven
I
mitt.
use that. I didn't
That ain't no
take
oven mitt.
the time to do it, you know. Okay, so. Okay. We're gonna let these saute for about 3 minutes. And then we're gonna add in our beef broth and seasonings.
Not like watching a woman burn herself on camera.
Oh my goodness. So I've pre-measured my seasonings out. It calls for 2 teaspoons dried tarragon, Dijon mustard, and 2 cups of beef broth. So we're gonna add those in there in just a few minutes after these onions saute down a little bit. So at about 5:46, I will add in the broth and seasoning. Okay, guys, it is time. It is 5:46. Let me wipe this up real quick. We're gonna add in our beef broth. This is 2 cups of homemade beef broth that Dax and I made ourselves.
We just use better than bouillon.
Well, we still made it, so.
I mean, that's broth. That's better.
Yeah.
Better than bouillon. It's still
With
broth.
seasonings. You can also substitute seasonings if you don't want to do tarragon and the mustard Dijon. So you can use like onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, something like that. And so now that that's mixed in there, we are going to cover that and let that simmer for 5 minutes. So at 5:51, we will uncover that and go from there. So for our next, to thicken up the gravy, we have cornstarch and the rest of the beef broth. And I'm gonna pour the broth into here and mix that up. And I'm gonna pour it into here to mix up that, or to thicken up that gravy. So once this cooks for 5 minutes, you guys, and sorry, our dryer's going off. It is laundry day around here. Once this cooks for 5 minutes and I add these 2 and mix it and it thickens, then obviously I add my patties back in. I cook the patties for 7 minutes on each side, and then that should be good. So I'm gonna get my noodles started once I get my patties back in there. So my water's looking good. It's almost ready to boil, so right on time. And we're doing a little bit of a cheat on the mashed potatoes. We are just doing some instant, but they're pretty tasty, so that's what we're doing. I don't know if you guys can see. This is the picture, so it shows it with egg noodles. And then, obviously you can pair it with any potatoes, peas, corn on the cob. So we're doing potatoes, noodles, and the Salisbury steak. Minus the onions. Not onions, but
Instant? Why? Why have you forsaken me? Why?
Dax. If you wanted real ones, you should have cut them up and made them for me.
I'm not good enough for her.
Now, if you know me, I prefer regular. But you know what? These are the only ones that I actually really like. and it's enough to feed Dax and I at least once, and then we may have leftovers again. So this is what we're doing, and all it takes is some hot water and his new handy dandy little tea kettle over there, and voila. Okay, 2 more minutes, and I will thicken up that gravy, and then add my patties back into it. Dax, what do you got to say about all this? Anything? Or are you just a bystander?
We're making Salisbury steak.
Yeah.
Well, mostly watching you make Salisbury steak. You seem to have it pretty cut down.
Yeah, well, I've only looked at the recipe for the whole entire day.
That's true.
I already showed him that. I literally just showed him.
I know, but ours is going to look like this with onions.
Yeah.
Onions.
Not as onions, but also mushrooms. You and I don't eat mushrooms.
No, I don't eat mushrooms. Well, I can't eat mushrooms. I'm
One
allergic.
more minute.
Look at her there dancing. Judge her. Judge her for dancing. Dancing is forbidden.
I can't dance, you guys. Don't make fun of
She
me.
can't dance. She got ants in her pants.
So while I'm waiting the last minute, I'm going to go ahead and mix this beef broth into the cornstarch and get it mixed up together. I don't have a small enough whisk, so I'm just going to use a little forky boy.
Yes. I would have used chopsticks.
Yeah, but you can't really get the clumps with chopsticks.
No, she can definitely scrape that and get the microplastics on there.
I'm scraping it that hard. That's good enough.
We're all filled with plastic and lead.
So let's put our pitfalls on and be safe. And let's take this lid off. And I do need that. That's
What?
I need. Actually, no, I don't. Let's pour this in there and get my other wooden spoon. Mix that in there. Let me see how long this needs to. Okay, it just says whisk together until gravy thickens up. So let's get the whisk out. Bigger one. Until this thickens up. And then we're going to put our patties back in it. Let the patties cook on each side 7 minutes. And I'm sure as the patties cook, the gravy will also thicken up more. Will you come whisk this so I can see
Yes.
if I need to put the lid on when I put the patties? Cover and simmer. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna put it on medium, which it already is. And then we're going to put it back in there. Here, I'll take it back over. Thank you. I just needed to double check something. If I needed the lid, and I do. Hopefully I didn't put that stuff in there too quickly. It said do it slowly, which I must have glazed over that part. Hopefully I don't mess this up. It looks like thin gravy. I think it's starting to thicken up a bit. A little bit. This. Turn my water up for my noodles a little bit. It's about to boil, so it'll be boiling in about 2 or 3 minutes, hopefully. Oh, it's about to boil now. Turn it back down. Okay, you guys. Gravy is thickening. Good, good, good. Would you consider Between 3 and 4 medium for this stove.
I don't know. This
Or you said it's like hot, right?
a 7 is usually its like hottest, and then everything above that is ridiculous. So,
So I'm actually going to turn it.
I mean, it depends upon your oven. Once you boil water with your oven once, you know
bubbling,
about.
So let's turn it down. You know, we're cooking in cast iron. Turn it down a tiny bit.
You know about how it goes once you cook something once in your oven.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's fried an egg on their oven. They know about what temperature cooks an egg.
Right.
That'll determine everything.
Oh, mine is a little older, so it's kind of finicky in the oven and on the stovetop. Okay, so you guys, I think that is thick enough, to be honest. So I am going to put these patties back in here right now. And like I said, they cook 7 minutes on each side. And I'm going to get my sauce thing and just cover them in sauce. Make sure they can really soak it up. Okay, so it's 55. So at 6:02, we'll take the pan or the lid off and flip them. Cook another 7 minutes, and then should be ready by then. Oops. Yep, wash these. Wash this stuff. Wash this. And wipe this off. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wait about 2 minutes and put my noodles in because they only take about 7 to 10 minutes. Let's wipe up any oil we have spilled over here. So our potatoes, we're just gonna add 2 cups of water to these, which I'll heat up in this handy dandy thing that Dax loves to use. I like it too. So easy to use.
Those are really popular in Britain.
Really?
Yeah, the electric kettles.
Uh-huh.
They treat them like we treat toasters.
I like to clean as I go, you guys, if I have time in between. That way I don't have to do everything when I'm done eating. You know? Okay, so I said at 6:02 I would flip. So, as soon as I flip, I'm going to start my noodles. Get my pit bowl back on and ready. You guys, I don't know if you have these, but they are great.
You just like it because it's shaped like a paw.
I like it because it doesn't burn my hands. That's...
Women like them beans. I don't know why. I don't know why women like them beans, but they do.
6:02, we're going to flip these bad boys.
It's all about them beans.
These are pretty good.
Yep. Don't get impatient and add flour to that.
No, I'm not adding anything to it. That would be off the recipe. I mean, honestly, it really didn't take that long to make it.
You know, in Fallout, there is such a thing as Instamash. So us using instant mashed potatoes is actually more accurate for Fallout.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instamash is an item you find all the time.
Huh.
But it never actually shows you having to make it. You just eat it right out of the box, like a crazy person.
Yeah.
That must be dry. Could you imagine eating powdered mashed potatoes right out of the box?
So whenever I make noodles, you guys, I add a tiny bit of oil in there.
I'm fairly certain you don't need to do that.
You don't need to, but I do, and it makes your noodles way better. You always season your water with a little bit of salt, and then I add olive oil or any kind of oil you want.
Well, that just adds salt.
When you drain your noodles, they won't be sticking together.
I'm fairly certain the olive oil just floats on top of the water and doesn't actually engage with the noodles.
And I'm telling you, it makes it better.
I don't know. That's going to have to be for the comments down below.
Yeah, you guys let us know. Put that away for me, please.
Where does olive oil go after it's been opened?
It stays out, guys.
It stays out?
Yes. Okay. Any kind of oil does not need preserved. I know that for making skincare products, and the oil-based skincare products don't need to be preserved.
Oil.
Tallow, lard, bacon grease, oils. Don't
Lard.
need preserved.
The magic of lard.
You guys know if you put a wooden spoon on your pot, it will never overboil.
It can overboil even with the wooden spoon, but it almost will never. Everyone knows that trick. That's like the most classic grandma cooking trick they teach you is put the wooden spoon over the pot.
I don't think these are done, but I'm gonna try one just to see.
Well, do a pinch test. Just touch it.
No, they're not done.
There you go. You'll know. You just ate a raw noodle.
It's almost done. It needs like another minute or two.
I know.
How do you know when that water's done? Will it like flash?
It'll click and it'll stop boiling.
Okay.
Or you can take it off early. It doesn't matter. It's just an electric kettle. You'll hear it boiling over there. It won't be subtle. It'll be loud and angry.
Gotta drain my noodlies.
Noodly boys. Noodly boys. He's going to drain the noodly boys. I should stop singing because then I will lose YouTube subscribers.
It's your song.
And they don't want to hear me sing.
You don't know that. They might.
I think
Max is a good singer when he actually tries to, you guys. He's a good singer.
that's because I was in choir.
Okay, I think these are done. Yes, indeed. We're gonna let these cool a bit and drain them.
Would you say we're at the plating phase?
Yes.
All right, then I'm going to pause this and we're going to go over to where we actually will try it.
Hey guys. So we have our food plated. I don't know if you can see.
And here we are.
So Dax, you try first.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
We'll just try this and then we'll actually go to eating it for real.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna use your Fallout cup.
No, it's nasty. I have to keep a straight face until she puts some in her mouth.
What?
What?
Is it not any good?
Oh, that's good.
It is? Are you lying?
That's good.
Look, Dax even made us Nuka-Cola Fallout themed drinks.
You know what Nuka-Cola that is?
No?
You got Nuka Cherry and Nuka Purple, but they're both inside of normal Nuka-Cola bottles because they can't online buy
I see.
the berry.
And I have his Vault 76 cup because I prefer milk with my food like this.
That's so weird.
Why?
Drinking milk for, I don't know.
I grew up drinking milk with like
That's an
meals.
oddity.
No, it's not. That's a country person thing.
That's a
You guys comment. Do you grow up? Did you drink milk with like dinner meals with like meat, potatoes, and stuff? Like we always had milk.
Well, I drink cheap beer until it all goes numb. And I'm missing 6 teeth and I have a thumb. It's a country song. It's a country song.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good, you guys. I've never made this before, but it's really good.
Yeah, this video is long enough. We're not going to force them to watch us eat. So I can do the outro right now with this delicious bite of steak.
Yummy.
I'm
I'm glad we made this.
too.
It's so good. You guys all have to get, we're not promoting this, but this is where we got it. The Fallout cookbook. Do your outro.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out to turn up more into YouTube algorithm. With that being said, bye-bye!